Hi guys, welcome to an episode of Let's Get Spiritual. So this video is going to be dedicated to just spirituality. So we're going to do quite a few mixes of videos, anything to do with positivity, mindset, and a whole bunch of good vibe stuff. So I know my channel is fairly new, and the first video that I put on, I haven't really done an introduction to me and who I am and what I'm about and stuff like that. So I thought I would do a little introduction first, keep this one nice and short, and then following on we'll have loads more topics to go into. So if you've seen this face before, chances are you have seen me on my Instagram channel. I have done IGTV videos there in the past. Let's just say that it wasn't doing it for me. I think YouTube has a much bigger and diverse community to be able to share my views and send out some good positive vibe. Over on Instagram I am called staceywildthingg as well, if you want to go give me a follow. And basically for the past, I want to say about 8 years, I've been kind of on and off blogging on there, and then delved into the vlogging side of things probably the start of this year, maybe? I can't quite remember. I've always been dead chatty on my stories and everything like that, but never really delve into this world, you know, where we just sit and have a chat. Rambling already, I can just see, and I have this problem when I'm doing videos, is I just start talking, and then it gets to like 10 minutes and I haven't even started my introduction yet. So come on, let's get it together. Yes, my name is Stacey Wildman. That's the reason behind Stacey Wildthingg. Just evolved slowly over the years. I think when I was younger it used to be Stacey Wild Woman, just to give a little bit of a twist on it, and then it evolved to Stacey Wildthingg, which I've kept. So that's the secret behind the name. So throughout my blogging time on the internet, I've blogged about spirituality, fitness and health, about fashion, and then come basically full circle and gone back to the spirituality side of things. So my first blogging experience was actually YouTube, and it was vlogging, and I didn't tell any of my friends about it. It was proper secret, but I was in the pagan community. If you saw, I will have briefly touched on that in my last video. So yeah, I was into paganism, and there was such like a rich community here at the time. That was about 8 or 9 years ago, and being like the only pagan in the village, it was hard to be able to like speak to people and get to know people, and YouTube was a really great community for that. So yeah, I got to know loads of lovely accounts, and we all shared our common interest and our thoughts on paganism and Wicca and all that kind of stuff. So I always resonated with YouTube all those years ago, and then I wasn't very great with being in the public eye in terms of, you know, my friends and family knowing about it. But as I've got a little bit older, I've gotten used to doing that on my Instagram, so I thought I would move back here and give it another go. So that was me 8-9 years ago, and that was when I was 20. So as you can see, this beautiful face needs a bit of makeup these days. I'm doing it a lot better than last time, and yeah, I'm 29 in January. That sucks. That's like old. That's like, oh my god. Like 28's like, yeah, cool again. Late 20s, it's fine. I'm a responsible but still childish adult. But 29's like, this is the countdown. This is your 30th year. Not happy. So in a protest to growing up and all that jazz, I'm making a new YouTube channel. Bit late, but better late than never. So yeah, this is my meditation room. This is where I'll be doing all of my videos, unless it's like a outside kind of vloggy thing. I won't give you a tour. It's basically this is a bed that my boyfriend and my dad made for me out of pallets. Like, so I use this as like a little meditation couch, and then I've just got all of my, you know, that kind of stuff over there. Yeah, this is where the magic happens, and I work on my spiritual development when I'm in the house. This is my newish house. I've been here I actually think it's a year. We've been here a year now, and that feels like, wow, a year of owning a house, like what? So yeah, I feel very adulty compared to the last time I was on YouTube. It was in my childhood bedroom, and I had my own little like Wiccan altar and everything like that, and actually I had one of these as well, so it's not that much different really. We've just like upped it up a notch. So yeah, 8 years ago I started on YouTube, then I moved over to Instagram, and I did a little bit of background on the last video on, you know, like how I came into this kind of stuff. So I had little periods where I lived in Australia for a while and did some bodybuilding competitions and like was really into fitness and blogged about that, and yeah, came home and kind of reality sunk in. I was growing up, I had everything that I wanted, had the body, all this, blah blah, and it still wasn't like enough, you know, like something was missing inside. And the main thing for me is I've always been so interested in religion, basically wanting there to be more than just, you know, this, because at the end of the day it's like playing a game. It's like, right, so you gotta level up, you gotta leave school, get a job, and then you're like, when you're a kid, you're like, you know, leave school and get a job, I'll have my own money, and then that'll be the best thing ever. And then by the time you get this money, you're like, shit, I need more, so I'm gonna have to go to uni, or I'm gonna have to do something like that. And then I'm graduating again, I'll graduate, I'm gonna get a great job, but it's still shit pay, so I've gotta keep going, gotta keep climbing the ladder. Oh yeah, and now I should probably think about moving out, getting a house. Yeah, that's a good milestone. Aim for that, save your little ass off, and then you're like, oh, drained from that. So you get your house, and then you get your car, and then you're all settled, and then you're like, fuck, I should have some kids, shouldn't I? Yep, that's next on the ladder. Ugh. And then you start doing that. I haven't started doing that, like, I'm totally not ready for that. Yeah, and then by the time you have a kid, you're like, right now I need a better car. Oh, now I need a bigger house, and now, oh, I need this, and now I need to get my kids in a good school. And then it's literally like that. Everyone's doing the same stuff, and it's like the Matrix on repeat. Like, do this, level up, do this, level up, and it's like, surely there's more to it than us just doing that same old cycle. Everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone is out there right now driving to work and doing the same stuff and trying to achieve the same goals. And it's like, surely there's got to be more. That's how always I've viewed it, you know, kind of thing. There's got to be more to this just cycle of endless career, family, all this kind of stuff. And then you want grandchildren, and then you want to retire, and then you're dead. I mean, a bit more when you think about it. So yeah, I've always been interested in wondering what there is to this. Like, is there more than just, you know, the same shit? And I've always been a bit of like wanting to pick up books. I've never been like a fiction novel kind of person. I've always wanted to like pick up books, learning things, have a Bible, you know what I mean? I like to read to like be able to learn about the different religions and how different religions work, and it's so interesting the way we all have the same core beliefs, and technically every religion has like a snippet of truth. So I love reading about stuff like that. And I know I'm looking at myself, aren't I? I'm not looking at the camera. There, I should be looking at you now, but I can't tell. Yeah, okay, so I need like a little tab to stick where the camera is, so I look there. I don't know if I'm looking at you, but okay, I'll get used to it. So yeah, growing up I've always like dabbled in things. I've gone to pagan meetups, I've gone to pagan festivals when I was younger. I went to the Fire Festival in Edinburgh, and that was amazing. Lots of like very like-minded people, and paganism, if you don't know about it, is an earth-based religion. So it's like celebrating the seasons and working with the elements and celebrating the god and the goddess. So it was really like, it was just such a lovely thing to start off this like quest that I was on. So yeah, I did that. Then I went to I live in Liverpool. In Liverpool there was like a crystal spiritual place that did like evening classes and stuff. So I went out and I did like a spiritual crystal healing course, learned all about crystals, and so that was super fun. You know, got to know the basics of how energies work and your auras and all that kind of stuff. And this was like back when I was like 20, so I was just flooding my mind with this kind of stuff. Not like your average 20-year-old going out and getting pissed. I mean, I was, but I was also doing this as well. So yeah, went off and did that. Then I got into psychic development classes, which kind of blew my mind a little bit at the time, because I was like, you know, if you've watched Harry Potter as a kid growing up, you're like, oh my god, this would be great if it was true. I'm gonna get my magic wand out. And like, paganism and Wicca kind of did that on a real life level. Like, you were like Hermione. It was real. the paranormal, everything like intrigued me. And I'd had one experience as a kid when I was 20. I was in my auntie's house and I was doing like a drawing memorial on her one of her little girls' walls, and I was like, she had like a 3-story house and I was on the top floor doing this memorial, and I was looking this way and the door entrance was like this side, and the door was off its hinge, so there was no door there, it was just leading onto the top banister of the hallway, and the kids and everyone were out, and Kathy, my auntie, was downstairs, so I knew no one was in, and I was just cracking on with this mural, you know, having a great time. And then like literally out of nowhere, the doorway, you know when you can see the doorway in your peripheral, but you're like doing things so you're not really paying mind to it. In the doorway, like imagine I'm the doorway, like this hand just went and then ran back again, and I had to double take, and within that double take of processing that there's no kids in the house and Kathy was downstairs, I was like, hang on a minute, look back, it did it again, and I shit my pants. Shit it. And I ran all the way downstairs and I told my auntie that I would not be going back up there unless she liaised me while I finished the war thing. Absolutely petrified. But she always said that her house was super like activity. She'd have like shoes go from one side to the other room. She didn't see it, but she knew she'd left them in one place and things would just move. And she said she's had loads of experiences so while she was living there, so even more just intrigued that kind of side of things for me. So yeah, that was when I was 20. When moved away in Australia, I think it was like 2 years. Came back when I was like 24. I think I left when I was 21, 22. Came back when I was 24. And yeah, I had kind of lost the paganism. I was a bit of a hippie to start off with in Australia, and then I kind of lost it all. And yeah, I just felt like a hole. And I was like, oh, I think I should get back into this, you know, you just get a vibe. And to me, this was like my spiritual awakening. So like, this is where I really want to go into detail with you, but I think I'll do another video on just the experience and stuff like that. But to give you like a quick brief overview, because this is just a little intro, I just had this urge to research and to look into more things and to really like pick up my crystals again and stuff and start like thinking about that. I wasn't anywhere near realising how important meditation was and finding the stillness within and connecting with the divine source and all that kind of stuff. No, couldn't comprehend. I couldn't as well really relate to the fact that I didn't have a faith that God was real, you know what I mean? It was like, I knew there was something, but I couldn't quite call it God. I didn't have a faith in a God. So I just did all my research and stuff. My mum's always kind of followed this path as well. She was Catholic for a while. She did all a crystal course with me and stuff, and she's always been really interested. So roll back to when I was 25, and I'd been doing all this research, really getting back into it, you know, watching loads of documentaries, even down to like conspiracy theories and like all that kind of stuff. Super intrigued. Then my mum got back in touch with an old friend, and she mentioned that there is a like meditation class and stuff that's going on in Liverpool. So I was like, oh, okay. So I waited for my mum's review on going there. And basically she came back and she was like, this is it. And I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. So I went to the class and roll up to today, 3.5 years later, I'm still there. So yeah, it kind of, along with the research, the inwards development and the clairsentience, clairvoyance, audience, meditation, connecting with the divine, this is just such a brief overview of like the transformation that I've gone through, being a better person, not suffering with anxiety, seeing the good in everyone, knowing that there is spirit world. It's just mind blown. So and I'm still young, you know what I mean? I've got so much more to learn, so much more to develop and stuff, and I still like materialistic things. I still love going out with my mates, I still love a drink, but this to me, and my career, it's like just a whole different kettle of fish. every single one of what I've just said I love so much, but to me, having this path behind all of that physical stuff makes me a better person, and it's always so humbling and so beautiful to know that amongst all of the rat race and all of the day-to-day life, that faith behind knowing that there's more is just mind-blowing. So I'll go into more detail on that on another occasion, and I'll go a little bit more into all the different topics that I've spoken about. I kind of came onto this video and I didn't know what I was going to say. I just thought, well, maybe I'll do an intro to start off with, and here we are. Yeah, I think that's pretty much where I'm up to at the moment, and I'd love to chat with you again and really deep dive into those topics, and like maybe give you some tips and tricks into like how you can bring that in. It's not just about being spiritual. Everyone else says, you know, like wearing a crystal, opening your chakras. This is like, for me, full-blown faith in spirit world, full-blown faith in the divine, in, you know, like the universe and like the layers behind it, and, you know, psychic development and inner peace. Like they're all those things I don't think a lot of people touch on at all. Like, you know, they manifest a good body, manifest your best career, manifest abundance in your life, manifest health. I mean, yeah, that's great. Manifest all you want, that's great. The law of attraction, the secret, chakra work, aura work, Reiki, yeah, great. But if you follow them, do you also have faith in what it is and who is behind all those healing things, and who is working with you in spirit and stuff? Have you ever considered like all of that stuff that comes with it? So I really want to get into those little nitty gritty bits as we go along. So I'll start off small and then we'll work our way up, and I have to have something in my hands, otherwise I'm like so there we go. Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling now. So I hope you've enjoyed my introduction video and the topic that is let's get spiritual. Yeah, that's so original, I know, but you know, I might modify it later down the line when I've actually got some kind of following. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please subscribe and comment. Let me know if anyone's bothering to watch these. I know I've got like no following and no views at the moment, but I'm hoping if I get a few videos up, people will start to see the thumbnails and actually go, do you know what, she's got a few videos, let's have a little look. So I'm hoping that's what's going to happen. So yeah, leave comments, let me know if there's anything in particular you want me to speak about based on what I've just said, and give us a follow on Instagram. That'll be much appreciated. I will speak to you guys soon, and have a lovely day. Mwah! Bye.